We're going to have a lot of fun today. It's going to be very educational. And we're going to talk about plastic surgery and skincare. I mean, the skin is the largest organ in the human body. So it encompasses everything we do as plastic surgeons every day. So I have an incredible guest here who's really an expert in skincare. And it's Morgan Hare, and she really knows her stuff. Welcome, Morgan.
Thank you for having me today.
You bet. And she is not only a phenomenal person, a great friend, but she probably knows more about skincare than anybody I know. And she's really guided me in my practice and helping me make my patients' results look even better, because no matter how much surgery I do, how great the surgery is, the facelift, if you don't take care of your skin, it doesn't last. So the skin is a cover that keeps a great result great. So I'm going to talk to Morgan a little bit today about what are the 5 components of skincare. But before that, Morgan, tell me a little bit about yourself and why you became an expert in skincare.
Well, our skin is very important to us, right?
Yep.
Nobody ever died of old age of skin.
Right.
I mean, you look at mummies that are, 2,000 years old, and their skin is still there. So it's really important that we take care of it, because it's still going to be there and last no matter what, which is just great.
Well, we want it to last at least, 100 years, but I don't know about mummies, but okay. All right.
So important to take care of your skin. So I think it's really important that your skin looks good, because what happens with the first thing is when somebody sees you, they notice your face and they notice your skin. So it also tells your age. So it's really important to take good care of it so that it looks young and refreshed all the time.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, Morgan, you've had an incredible career in skincare and, from Revlon and been all around the world. And of course, now, has it been over a decade? You really put your heart and soul into developing a science-based skincare product. And we're going to talk about the 5 cardinal things that we all need to do every day with skincare. So tell us a little bit about Ariclea. What does that mean, and what's the basis of it?
The basis of Ariclea skincare is really good hydration, because if your skin's not well hydrated, I don't care what you put on it, it's going to sit on the surface of your skin and do nothing.
Right.
Which is why in every one of our products we have something called Hyaloffusion. And Hyaloffusion combines 3 forms of hyaluronic acid to make sure that your skin is well hydrated and stays well hydrated throughout the day.
Right.
Which means then that whatever you put on your skin can be absorbed into the skin and it can work. And that's what you really want to do, is you want skincare that works.
Right. And of course there's always so much hype about skincare. So number 1, it's hydration, right? You got to hydrate your skin. Now, but Morgan, doesn't our body hydrate our skin alone? Why do we need this stuff?
Well, because we're out in the atmosphere, right? And you have car fumes, you have sun, you have antioxidants that come and combat your skin every day. So you really need to take good care of it so that you can combat the environmental changes that happen to your skin. There's 2 types of aging. There's intrinsic aging, which is our natural aging process. And then there's extrinsic. And extrinsic is everything in the atmosphere that affects our skin.
And of course, for the skin to really act as an organ, you need to keep it hydrated so that it can function. Normally your skin turns over every 6 weeks. And so this helps with the hydration to make sure that it stays smooth, it stays healthy, right?
Because what happens as you age is that process of skin turning over slows.
Right.
So therefore what happens, because it slows, if you don't help your skin turn over with a product like our reconstructing cream, then wrinkles, age spots settle in. And that's what you don't want to have happen.
Right. And why is zinc such an important part of your hydration process in the skin?
Well, zinc is important because it's really helps soothe and smooth skin. Okay, because
soothe and smooth. That sounds pretty good. Is that like a marketing term or no?
Everything's a marketing term. So
there you have it.
Yeah, but it also aids in healing. And a lot of people use our pure hydration after a facial, after any kind of surgery, radiation treatments and whatever. So it's really good for your skin for that reason.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. And so So okay, we've hydrated our face. I mean, and our entire skin, and then we add an antioxidant. And there's so many things out there that are antioxidants. But so vitamin C is the next one. Why is vitamin C so important? And this one truly penetrates through the skin.
It does, and because of hypoffusion, which has a very small molecular weight as one of its components, it allows the vitamin C to penetrate deeper into the skin. And you really need a strong antioxidant. And the other thing that happens with it, it also helps to smooth out discolorations in your skin. So you really want to use a product with vitamin C. And, it's the old experiment. You take an apple and cut it.
Right.
And you see that after a while it browns. But if you take an orange or a lemon, which is high in vitamin C, and rub it on the outside of an apple, you see it doesn't turn brown.
Right.
So it reacts the same way on your skin.
Yeah, and it's L-ascorbic acid, and it has to be a certain variety so that actually can penetrate through the skin, through the core, through the base layers of the skin. And this does that, and it does so very seamlessly. And as an antioxidant, it actually helps to restore damaged skin. And we all have damaged skin, especially living in Texas. Well, anybody who lives and it has sun exposure, we live on planet Earth.
Right.
So vitamin C probably should be, in the past we would say it only should be used by people that have bad sun damage, but it should be used by all of us. Everybody, yeah. So that's a revelation. And, in the summary, we're going to give you a process of all of those things that actually, all those 5 things that actually do. So we've got hydration, we've got vitamin C, and then of course, probably the most scientifically studied is vitamin A and retinol. And that's phenomenal. So tell us about retinol. We know that retin A, which really has been studied for several decades. In fact, some of the groundwork was done at the University of Michigan, where I was a resident and I was a fellow and trained in plastic surgery, is really retin A is an amazing vitamin because it turns over the skin. It helps turn it over fairly rapidly. And why is that important? And tell us about this retinol.
Well, retinol is a form of vitamin A.
Yeah, it's a precursor.
It's a precursor. And you can only use a certain percentage of vitamin A on your skin because large doses of vitamin A could be more harmful. So we make sure that when we formulate it, we put in the correct amount of vitamin A and retinol. So again, works to even out your skin tone, prevent aging, which is really important. Great for people who have acne because it helps with acne as well.
Right. It turns over the skin. Now, we all know when we've used different forms of retin A, there was the blue, the green, and the red one. And with the higher the dose, and of course, sometimes it really irritates the skin. And even though the higher dose was probably better, a lot of people couldn't tolerate it and they didn't like it because you'd have to go through these phases where you look like a beet. And people didn't like it. And so if you don't like it, they didn't use it. So how is the serum today so much better? And this is a serum that you guys have developed. So why is the serum today, the retinol, the precursor to vitamin A, why is that so much?
It's not as harsh.
So it's more tolerated, and it does have the end effect of forming a retin A.
Right. It does.
Right. And that's,
you can use if you have really big problems with your skin, you probably want to use something that's been prescribed over the counter.
Right.
But for everyday use, you want something that's gentle enough, but gives you the same effect as vitamin A.
Right. And that's a retinol. And this is a beautiful one.
Right.
And as you turn the skin over every 6 weeks, but now we turn it over every 6-7 days, but it's done in a gentle fashion with a retinol, which is a precursor. So this is much more tolerated. So how do they mix the retinol? I know it's very popular today, the serums, it mix it like they're in a chemistry lab. So tell us how
they are in a chemistry lab, in essence.
Of course, they're a chemistry lab. And you have a good one. So
we have a great formulator.
But this is the number 3. So it's the retinol, and then they mix it with the hydration cream, or
you always put on the pure hydration first.
Okay.
You always want to start with your serums before you put on a cream.
Okay.
So you want to start by using pure hydration to hydrate your skin, so everything will penetrate well. Then you're going to go to your intensive repair and protect vitamin C because you want a strong antioxidant. Okay. Then you want your retinol to help and prevent future damage to your skin.
And you do this every night?
Every day.
Every day in the morning or night? You do it at night?
Yep. I happen to do both in the morning and at night because I'm trying to maintain my skin. So
okay, well, good. I could only probably do it At night. Okay. So we've done all that stuff. We've hydrated, we've protected with the vitamin C,
Right.
and then we're turning it over with retinol. And so now we're going to brighten it. So how do you brighten it? And what does that mean? I mean, what does it mean when you brighten the skin? So you've prepped your skin. It's got some blotching. Sometimes it's got some red areas, some dark areas. And sometimes you want to make that even out.
Yes, you want to even out your skin tone.
And that's a Brightenol. And of course, there are lots of different products that do that.
Tons of different products.
And some, of course, are pretty powerful. You know, the hydroquinones, you know, they're very powerful, but they do have sometimes they have side effects. In fact, in some parts of Europe, they're actually prohibited, but they're overall very safe. So what's in your brightening that helps to make the skin more uniform?
So we have kojic acid, which is really well known for doing that.
Yes, it's a very safe,
right.
And it's derived from plants?
Right. And we have enzymes. And
what type of enzymes?
To turn it over. Plant enzymes is what we use. We use a lot of natural ingredients in our products because that's what people want today.
Right.
And they want to know it's all natural. So those are some of the things that help brighten your skin and lighten it.
Does this have any effect? So you put it on after your retinol?
Right.
And what does it do? It helps, you have to do it in a daily area so that it'll help to soften and make your skin more uniformly.
More uniform. It really softens your wrinkles and the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles.
Okay.
So
all right. So that's number 4.
Right.
So we've hydrated, we've vitamin C'd, we've retinoled, and now we've brightened it. So we got like porcelain type skin. It's awesome. So, okay, so now the skin looks great. It's blemish free. So, and then before you go to bed.
Now that it's in the morning, you have to use this just in the morning.
Oh, number 5.
Because it's our sunscreen.
Okay, so the one thing you must do is always use a sunscreen. So tell us about sunscreens. I mean, obviously, sunscreens are very important. Tell us about SPF.
It's SPF 30, and that's really basically what you need. The mistake people make about sunscreens is that they last for about 2 hours. And you need to reapply them if you're going to be out in the sun.
Right. And it's SPF means sun protective factor. 30 or above is what you need. And if they say 50, it's kind of a marketing thing, but 30 or above is important. And I think so. You have to do that. So what else do they need to see on the label? SPF 30?
SPF 30, they need to know it's natural ingredients, that we haven't used things that are unnatural in terms of sunscreens. This also has some anti-aging benefits to it and has a little bit of tint. So if you don't want to wear makeup, you can put this on. You're getting sun protection and also evens out your skin because it gives you some coverage. And it's really important to wear sunscreen, even if you're not going out in the sun. If you're sitting in front of a computer all day, people don't realize that the computer also puts out rays.
Really?
That cause skin to age. And
wow.
We all spend an enormous amount of time in front of
I better put it on right now, man. So, because I'm in the front of a computer a lot. Right. So, I didn't know that, but I think sunscreens are very important. And you're right. You need to reapply them every 2 hours. And certainly, I know they're water repellent, but they're not waterproof. So if you go in the water, you got to reapply it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think that's the bottom line. I mean, I know there's all kinds of marketing ploys about that, but if you wear sunscreen, and you go in the water in the ocean, you got to reapply.
You got to reapply.
Yeah, you have to reapply frequently, and I think that's important. And of course, avoid from 10 to 2. You know, if you're out sunbathing, especially in the southern climates or in the ocean. So that's a very good overview. Now, you know, and I love these products, and actually, I think these are the hallmarks. No matter what you use, no matter what products you use, there's all kinds of great companies out there. You know, Zeo. You know, Revision,
SkinMedica,
SkinCeuticals. So there are all kinds of great products, but they all have, the great ones all have science-based skincare. Right. You know, and I really like that. And Eric Clay does too. I actually like a product that I use a lot on my patients since I do a lot of facelifts and rhinoplasties, and that's Acne Care. And I think Acne Care has 2 cornerstones, you know, and they're in all of it. They're salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide. And tell us about when to use that. And so if you have any blemishes, and people get it not only in their teens, but around menopause, or even like for me, when I take it off on a rhinoplasty patient, the skin's very oily around their face and their nose. So I dermaplane it, and then I put them on my Acne Care. So tell us about the Acne Care.
So we have 2 products for Acne Care. First thing you want to do is you want to know that what you want to do is dry up your acne, not your skin. Because if you dry up your skin,
And what do you use it for that? Salicylic acid?
salicylic acid.
Yeah, and salicylic acid is in everything from Clearasil to everything. It's a 2% usually.
3% in here.
3%, a little better.
Yep. So it's our day-night lotion. And what it does is really works to dry up your acne, but not your skin. So you're not increasing sebum production. You're not getting the redness around your acne because you're hydrating your skin. Everybody thinks I have acne. I shouldn't hydrate my skin, but that's wrong. You really need to hydrate your skin, but then use something that dries up the acne. So this
is very specific for drying up the pores, the sebaceous cysts. Right. And that's salicylic acid, and that works.
And that works really well. It's an over-the-counter product.
Right. It is over-the-counter. It's safe. It's been used for decades. Right. It's in every skincare product for acne. Absolutely. No matter what they do and how it's sold or what it's marketed at late-night TV, it's got salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide.
Right. And the benzoyl peroxide is in our acne clearing treatment, and this is great for two things. If your acne is really bacterial, that's why you want to use benzoyl peroxide, because it really helps take away the oiliness and the bacteria from your skin.
Yeah, it's actually bacteriostatic.
Right.
It's got acne has propionibacteria. And basically what this does is bacteriostatic and actually really helps to decrease the flora count.
And the other thing that I've been doing through the whole pandemic is really applying this product to my whole area here, where I would use a mask.
Oh yeah, the anti-mask problem.
So I've never had mask.
So the mask dermatitis.
Right. So this is great for that.
Oh really?
So that you don't sort of break out, because what happens is you're trapping everything under your mask, and your skin really can't breathe very well.
So you use that.
You have a tendency to get what's called maskne. So by putting this on under your mask in that whole area that the mask is covering, you don't get maskne. So it's a very important product to have.
Okay. So what should so you've got these 5 things. But let's just say, what is the most important one of these 5 that everybody should do every day? I'm going to tell you my thoughts. I mean, I think it's your sunscreen. I mean, if you do nothing else, is sunscreen. And to me, number 2 is retinol. You've got to keep something that'll turn over your skin and protect it. It'll build up the skin. It'll make it useful. And if you use it long enough, it'll actually get rid of fine wrinkles. So to me, it's sunscreen and a retinol.
And then pure hydration.
Of course. You got to pure hydrate everything.
You have to make sure your skin is well hydrated. And give the example.
Yeah.
If it hasn't rained in a long time, when it rains, what you do is you get runoff, because the ground is too dry to absorb the rain. And it's the same thing with your skin. If your skin is really dry, I don't care what you use, it's just not going to work that well.
Well,
so
that's
it's very important to hydrate.
Well, we certainly can relate to that in Texas, since it's so dry. And so we like hydration. We like all those things. So hydrate, vitamin C, retinol, brighten your skin, and then don't forget your sunscreen. So I think in closing, this has been a phenomenal overview, Morgan, on truly the science-based skincare.
Right.
So the key is you hear so much, you see so much, and it's all over, it's around us. But, know before you go, you're a smart consumer, and you've got to learn what works for you and use science-based skincare. And I think that's really fantastic. So Morgan, thank you so much for giving us some really good, solid, common sense skincare advice.
And you said one thing that's really important. I don't really care how it works for everybody else. What really matters is how it works for you.
Right. Exactly. Everybody's different.
Everybody's different. So it's really how it works for you. And somebody who's young is going to get results in a week or 2. But somebody who's older, like me, it could take 3 or 4 weeks before I see a real change to my skin. So you need to be patient and use good skincare.
All right. That's great. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.